boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Create with Miss Carrie. Today we are going to make some cute little bird's eggs in a tiny nest. And this is inspired by two things. The first is I have a mother robin who comes and lays eggs outside my art room every year, and she's back this year and she just had 3 babies and I saw them fly off today. It was super cool. The other reason is because we have a very special holiday coming up for mothers, and that is Mother's Day. So for Mother's Day, it's always nice to get a beautiful piece of artwork from our children. So this one might hold special meaning, especially if you put in enough eggs in that nest to represent you and any of your brothers or sisters that you have in your family. So to get us ready for our Mother's Day robin's eggs, we're going to read one of my favorite children's stories. It's called Are You My Mother by P.D. Eastman. A mother bird sat on her egg. The egg jumped. "Oh, oh," said the mother bird. "My baby will be here. He'll want to eat." "I must get something for my baby bird to eat," she said. "I will be back." So away she went. The egg jumped. It jumped, and it jumped, and it jumped. Out came a baby bird. "Where's my mother?" he said. He looked for her. He looked up. He did not see her. He looked down. He did not see her. "I will go and look for her," he said. So away he went. Down out of the tree he went. Down, down, down. It was a long way down. The baby bird could not fly. He could not fly, but he could walk. "Now I will go and find my mother," he said. He did not know what his mother looked like. He went right by her. He did not see her. He came to a kitten. "Are you my mother?" he said to the kitten. The kitten just looked and looked. It did not say a thing. The kitten was not his mother, so he went on. Then he came to a hen. "Are you my mother?" he said to the hen. "No," said the hen. The kitten was not his mother. The hen was not his mother, so the baby bird went on. "I have to find my mother," he said. "But where? Where is she? Where could she be?" Then he came to a dog. "Are you my mother?" he said to the dog. "I am not your mother. I am a dog," said the dog. The kitten was not his mother. The hen was not his mother. The dog was not his mother. So the baby bird went on. Now he came to a cow. "Are you my mother?" he said to the cow. "How could I be your mother?" said the cow. "I am a cow." The kitten and the hen were not his mother. The dog and the cow were not his mother. Did he have a mother? "I did have a mother," said the baby bird. "I know I did. I have to find her. I will. Now the baby bird did not walk. He ran. Then he saw a car. Could that old thing be his mother? No, it could not. The baby bird did not stop. He ran on and on. Now he looked way down. He saw a boat. "There she is," said the baby bird. He called to the boat, but the boat did not stop. The boat went on. He looked way, way up. He saw a big plane. "Here I am, mother," he called out, but the baby bird did not stop. The plane went on. Just then, the baby bird saw a big thing. This must be his mother. "There she is," he said. "There is my mother." He ran right up to it. "Mother, mother, here I am, mother," he said to the big thing. But the big thing just said, "Snort." "Oh, you're not my mother," said the baby bird. "You are a snort. I have to get out of here." But the baby bird could not get away. The snort went up. It went way, way up, and up, up, up went the baby bird. But now, where was the snort going? "Oh, oh, oh, what is the snort going to do to me? Get me out of here." Just then, the snort came to a stop. "Where am I?" said the baby bird. "I want to go home. I want my mother." Then something happened. The snort put the baby bird right back in the tree. The baby bird was home. Just then, the mother bird came back to the tree. "Do you know who I am?" she said to her baby. "Yes, I know who you are," said the baby bird. "You are not a kitten, and you are not a hen, and you are not a dog, and not a cow. You're not a boat or a plane or a snort. You are a bird, and you are my mother." The end. We are going to make a nest in a tree that has some bird eggs inside of it. So I'm going to start by drawing an oval in the middle of my page, and then I'm going to make a little branch that's going to come up this way, and then maybe it goes down that way and over that way. So it's a great place for a bird to build its nest because it's protected by those 3 branches. We're going to start by doing some painting. Today we're going to be using different types of art materials. So that's called mixed media, when you mix up the different art materials. So let's start with our blues. I thought the background would be pretty if it had a mixture of blues. So I've got a light blue, sort of turquoise color that I'm going to add first. And I'm using a big brush to paint it on. I'm trying to go around the nest and around the tree branches as best as I can. But I'm not trying to fill up the whole page with this color because I want to add in some dark blue as well. I think it's pretty when you have 2 different colors mixed together on the page. Very loosely mixed together because you can still see both of those colors, can't you? And then just to lighten it up a little bit, I'm going to use some white and throw in some white into the mixture so that way it's not so dark of a blue. It gives it more of a sky blue color. And I like playing with my paintbrush, going in different directions and see what kind of patterns and things happen with the paint. Okay, so now that I have my background done, I can switch to my bird's nest and my tree limbs. So I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to go into my brown paint. I'm going to paint my branch this color, and I'm also going to paint the nest. Oh my goodness, I didn't put my bird's eggs in there. That would have been tragic. All right, we got to put in some little bird's eggs in there, and I'm going to overlap them so they're all sort of laying together in the center of the nest. Ooh, I almost forgot. All right, so now I'm going to carefully go around my bird's eggs. And you can use a smaller brush to get it right up next to those eggs. There's a little tiny spot right in the middle. Got it. All right, now I can finish doing my limbs, the branches of my tree. So this is an up close picture. This isn't the whole tree. This is just one little branch that happens to have a nest on it. All right. I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit, and then we're going to start adding some leaves to it. We're gonna take a piece of green paper, or you can take a piece of white paper and color it green. And I'm going to fold it one time and then fold it another time so that it's in 4 little pieces. And I'm going to draw a couple of leaves on this so that we can add some leaves to our trees. So a leaf is a nice easy shape. It kind of looks like a football, doesn't it? So it curves the one side and it curves to the other side. And then see if I can do this 3 times. And the reason why I folded it is because when I have to cut out a bunch of shapes, I like to be lazy. And so I fold my paper so I can cut out a whole bunch at the same time. So I squeeze those layers together, cut it out, and now I have 4 leaves all together. So I'm going to do that 2 more times. Now I can glue them on. So let me get my picture back over here. And I need a little bit of glue. You can use a glue stick or you can use a bottle of glue. I'm going to use a bottle of glue just because I have it sitting right here in front of me. Okay, so these leaves are going to be on the branches. So I'm going to put them up here. Like this. And they can even go off the page. And then I'll have some down here. And then I'll put just a few on my last little branch down here. So our little nest is protected by all of these leaves. I have 1 leaf left. I have to find a home for it. Let's see. I'll stick it right here. All right, so we've got our leaves. We've got our branches painted. Let's work a little bit on the eggs. So my favorite birds to watch hatch and build a nest are robins. And they usually hatch right above my art room door so I can watch them. And a robin's egg is usually sort of a light blue color. So I'm gonna I've got sort of a pale green, but it's gonna work. And then I've got a light blue color. I'm gonna do the center of my egg with this pale green color. And then I'm going to take my light blue and outline each egg and sort of work the blue in towards the middle. See how I overlapped that light green? So now it looks like it's sort of a darker blue on the outside and it gets lighter as it gets towards the middle. If you overlap oil pastels, they blend really nicely. Okay, and sometimes robin's eggs have little brown speckles on them, so I'm going to give them some little speckles too. Cute. Okay, so now we need to sort of add some detail to our nest. I'm going to grab a couple of different colors that I think you might see in a bird's nest. We've got sort of like a peach color, a brown, sort of a pale yellow. You might even have black in there, but I'm looking for something else. Yep, this is sort of a yellowy brown. I'm going to take these colors and I'm going to start adding sort of like twig shapes all the way around. So I'll start with this one color and see how I'm just doing sort of little lines around the edges. Don't go on top of your eggs. Your eggs are protected in the center, but we're going to go all the way around the outside. So that was sort of a peach color. Now I'm adding some brown. They can even sort of overlap the leaves that are around too. Okay, how about a little bit of this yellow color? Excellent. And I'm going to do one more detail on my leaves. I have a dark green. I'm going to put some lines in the center of my leaves and maybe even do the little vein shapes. When you look at a leaf, you can see these little lines. They're called veins, and they get food and water to the edges of the leaf. So that's why you see those little lines on your leaves. So I'm going to add those to my leaves to make them look a little bit more like leaves. There we go. I have one more thing I'm going to add. I have some brown paper. You could also get a brown paper bag and that, or a brown lunch bag, and that would be really fun to use for this part of the project. And I'm going to fold it a couple of times so that I can make some really fast cuts. I'm going to, let's see, what did I do? I folded it 2 times. Fold it in half and then fold it in half again. So I'm going to cut little strips of paper. So now I have all these little strips of paper. I want them to be kind of scrunched up. So I'm sort of wadding them up, make them scrunchy. And now I'm going to add that to my nest. So I'm going to put down a little bit of glue. Remember, the glue is going to dry, so it's okay if it sort of shows through. And I'll get some, and you can tear it as you go so that it kind of sticks down where you want it to go. But I like that it's sort of wrinkly and going in a bunch of different directions. Maybe I'll have one that goes there. So we've used paint and oil pastel and construction paper and a pencil and glue. That's a lot of art materials to use in one project. But I think that's what makes art fun, is when you layer different things on top of one another. Ooh, I think more glue is going on Miss Carrie than on the actual paper. But it's starting to look pretty cool, so I'll keep going. All right, so see how I take it and I just tear it into little smaller pieces that I know will fit on my paper okay? You can do the same thing. There. Okay, now that has to sit and dry because it is super gluey, but when it's done, it's going to be a beautiful nest with tiny little robin's eggs inside it, and it would be a perfect art project to give as a Mother's Day gift. So that might be a neat idea that you could use. All right, I hope you have fun making your own little nest with some bird eggs in it. And I will see you again for another art project next week. Take care, everybody.